gonna stop
Oh,
it.
that's going to be it, and it's over. It's all over.
He looked like a rabbit just sprinting out of a hole.
Oh, no, he's ready.
Oh, goodness, Tyrone Davis.
Yes, sir.
Oh, mercy.
Don't know if he's getting up.
Harrison with a left and then another left. Going for a right. Soto goes down. A vicious right, and that might be the night. Oh, he's going to have a hard time getting up. That's it. It's over. Oh, it's over.
Journeyman Boxing.
A Friday edition of Journeyman Boxing on the Journeyman Boxing Network, and again on 1360 WNJC, super1360.com. Rich Quinones here. Adam Lopez, kind enough to join us on a Friday night. Good to catch up to you, pal. How you been?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing really well. All right, walk us through the Reynoso fight. I thought if there was maybe 30 seconds left, you put him out. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if there was like you just said, if there was 30 seconds left, I think I stop him. But I mean, if he doesn't spit out the mouthpiece, I stop him. I mean, there's that too. But I mean, you just live and you learn, and you know, I should have jumped on him on the break, but no, it's all right.
What did you learn from that fight?
Don't let the referee get involved. You know.
Besides that, we know that already.
You know, I think I should have just I should have went at him. You know, when I was in the fight, you know, I was getting instructions, and you know, I thought I was up like 8-2. You know, I thought I was winning every round clearly. You know, there's a couple rounds where you know I think he stole the rounds at the end. But you know, I think just be a little bit more. You know, still caution to win a little bit next time, because you know I was outboxing him and clearly just being having more ring generalship. But, you know, it was a lot closer when I actually watched the video. I'm not going to lie and say that, I still won 8-2. No, I probably maybe like 7-3 or maybe 6-4 sometimes. When you go look at some of the rounds, sometimes I think that maybe he may have stolen the round, even though I won the whole round for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And, you know, he may have looked good the last 20 seconds of that round. But, you know, I still thought I won the fight very convincingly. It's just a shame I could have got him out in the 10th.
Yeah, and I thought, I'm just curious, you mentioned after you watched the fight, you thought it was closer. Full disclosure, I scored it 96-94 for you, and I thought, you're right, if Reynoso doesn't spit out that mouthpiece, he buys himself 30-something odd seconds. He survived. I mean, he basically did, because that's... You know, you start to jump on him a little bit, and you have a feeling that the referee's going to jump in there and kind of halt the action. Did you feel that you gave up any early rounds that obviously would have made a difference, that would have tilted the scoring?
Well, I mean, the whole game plan going in was, you know, win the first 4 rounds and, you know, set the pace, you know, set the tone. And, you know, he's going to probably get desperate and kind of come in. As far as early rounds, I thought the 4th round looked bad, because you know he caught me with the overhand right, and then he came in and then he pushed me and I fell into the ropes. But you know, I wasn't hurt. I know he still missed a lot of shots. He was coming on strong, he was throwing, but you know, I was dipped and moved, and then I was still able to just, you know, clinch, hold, get around, and then reset the pace, and you know, go from there. But I mean, even though the 4th round looked bad, and you know, even after the first bit, but I still won the whole first round. But he kind of went a little bit off on the first round. But you know, I think I still was able to get that round. But the 4th round definitely was his round because of the last 30 seconds. And you know, I had a good 4th round, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I was just outboxing him, and then he hit me with the one shot, and then it kind of, you know, it all fell apart from there. But you know, having to come back and regain, you know, something that could have been, you know, when baseball, when the guy misses the ball goes right between his legs, and all of a sudden a series of just bad events happen.
Yep.
A snowball effect.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, I was making sure that was not going to happen, to where one bad thing happens, then another thing, then I just lost control of the fight. No, I'm not going to get to where a fight's going to be like that. You know, I would just regain my composure and, you know, come back in the 5th round and win that round. Win each round, basically. Forget about the next. Just have amnesia. Forget about the last round. Win the next round. That's basically what I tried to do. And that's what I thought I did.
Is it frustrating when you go into a bout like that after you win a bout against a Mario Munoz where, again, I'm sure if you watched that bout, that was a lot closer than the scoring indicated. But in that fight, you had to outwork him. And I'm wondering, without belaboring a point in the Reynoso fight, if maybe you're kicking yourself a little bit, where you saw a moment or two where if you would have kept your foot on the gas pedal, if you would have outworked them a little bit, then you would come away with the win.
That's a good point too, because I mean, there's some points where, like I said, like the announcers were saying, just stay in close, and fight this guy, and I thought I was doing, like my corners told me, I thought I was doing good just boxing him, but then when I watched the video, you see, like, if I would have just stood there, I know I could have just dodged all his overhand rights and left hooks, I could have gotten under everything like that, and he would have eaten leather if I would have gotten under those punches. But then I look back and I thought I was boxing him, and sometimes I think, what, I probably should have just stood in there and just fought with him. I mean, he's considered a bigger puncher,
yep.
But I got a good chin. I think I've proven that in my last few fights. The guys have 11 knockouts on me, and I still was able to hold, even getting hit flush. And I don't want to take punches, but at least I have that in my bag of tricks that I can't take a punch. And, I just hope I get this rematch with this guy, and just close all arguments about it's close. Yeah, the first fight will be close, but the second fight will be pick up basically round 11. I'll just run over this kid.
You do want a rematch, Adam? Yes.
I want a rematch. Yeah, because my pride. I know I beat him the first time. There's no doubt in my mind that I'll beat him again. What can he do that I haven't seen from him? He gave me like 4 different looks in the whole fight, and I still don't think any of those looks really frustrated me. And I think the rematch, I'll put this kid down.
What's interesting too is, you look at yourself and you look at your age and you look at, and we talked about this, and you actually corrected me. I go back, I thought it was younger in your career, but I guess it was right around when you were 9-0 in your career. So midway through, another 6-7 fights in your career. You're still 25 years of age, and you look at the super bantamweight division, and again, if you go by the rankings, if you go by the ratings, and you talk about in that division as far as from a U.S. standpoint, you're right there. It's you, Santiago, it's Eric Ruiz, it's Daniel Roman. Where do you see yourself going forward? Reynoso rematch aside, and you get the win, and then perhaps setting up something against Daniel Roman down the road, or what are the plans here?
Daniel Roman, Alexis Santiago. We actually won the Alexis Santiago for this fight, actually, besides Ruben. And, I guess different things with different promoters. He's with Mayweather, and we'd have to do it on their terms because he's Mayweather's guy. But as far as fights, I guess just bigger and better opposition. I mean, we're gonna fight either Daniel or Alexis Santiago, or now that they put Jonathan Guzman in the mix, now we kind of just want to bypass all those other guys, and start fighting the bigger fish. Because it's like, right now, me, Alexis, Daniel, a couple other guys, we're on the fringe contender list, basically.
Right.
We haven't made the top 10 in the Ring magazine yet, but we are the best in the United States. And so we're right there. And now that Jonathan Guzman, they want me to fight Guzman for the IBF world title at 122. Now it's kind of like looking like, hey, well, if I'm already on the verge of fighting Jonathan Guzman, I should be fighting these guys, Shingo Wake and all these dudes from Japan. I should be fighting these guys and getting bigger paydays and bigger opportunities like that. I think out of all the prospects for fringe contenders, I fought in the better opposition. Let's get that straight. I fought in the better opposition than Daniel, than Alexis. I mean, they wouldn't let me fight Eric Ruiz on Showtime. They wouldn't let me fight him. They told me, you have to fight an undefeated guy, you have to fight this guy. And, so I said, okay.
Who said that? Who said that?
Yeah, and Daniel Roman is fighting. He's fighting good fighters, and they're bringing him up like great. They're bringing him up really good. He's fighting Christopher Martin, who was really good at one point, but he's fighting a lot of tough guys, and they're bringing him good. I mean, he's fighting against guys with winning records, and he's looking good against them. But he hasn't fought anybody like I fought. I mean, I fought guys, 3 undefeated guys, or 2 undefeated guys. No, actually, 3 undefeated guys on Showtime. The 4th one was my first guy, and he only had 1 loss.
Right.
And so you can't really compare resumes. I think I fought in the better opposition, and I think rightfully so that I should get the opportunity against Guzman for a world title.
So then I guess the next question is a couple more minutes with you, and I appreciate it as always. So then what is the I don't know. I guess what would be the benefit then to have this rematch with Reynoso?
Like that's another good question, because basically, from a business standpoint, it doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like, well, you might as well just fight those other guys. Well, just for me, for my own pride, just to shut everybody up, I want to fight Reynoso again just to beat him, basically. It's just cash in my pocket. I know I can beat this guy, and it'll make that blemish, that one draw on my record, go away, because the next fight I beat him.
Right. I mean, it's almost a catch-22. You're right. The pride comes in, the ego comes in. You want to win the bout. You want to win the rematch, and that's not always the case. All right, so I just want to clarify before I let you get out of here. So obviously you would take that rematch, but also you mentioned that you did want to fight with Santiago, correct?
Yeah, we wanted to fight Santiago. It didn't matter at 118 or 122. We would make the fight happen, but I guess it was his people. Floyd's camp, not necessarily his camp, but I didn't know if it would work or not. From what Vito told me, the fight wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for whatever political reasons why, but it just wasn't going to happen. So.
All right.